Hey guys, it's Mr. H. I am going to do question 26 from the January 2026 Regents exam, Algebra 1 Regents exam. They've given us a function, an exponential function, and they want us to graph it over the interval a -1 to a +2. Now, a lot of students struggle because they're not sure what that notation, interval notation means. And they basically just wind up graphing the entire graph. So I'm going to do that part first, and then I'm going to show you what this means, and I'm also going to show you how to use the calculator to easily get the same graph. All right, so very first thing I'm going to do, as normal, I'm going to grab the calculator, and I am going to enter the function that they gave us. So it's going to be 3 times parentheses 2 raised to the x power. And it's an increasing exponential, right? Let me do menu 45 so that we go back to the regular. So here's what the function looks like. Now, they want us to graph this over the interval from a -1 to a +2, right? Now, what I would do is I would do menu 51, right? That's going to give me the y-intercept, right? I'm going to go ahead and press that. And then I'm going to enter the interval notation that they gave us. So they said a -1, so I'm going to enter a -1, the x value, and that's going to be 1.5. So I'm going to need that point. And then the other point that I want is they said that the interval goes to a +2. So I'm just going to type in a +2, and there it is up there. And then I press enter, so it's going to be 212. So now that I have these 3 points, I can plot those on my iPad. So let me do this, move this over so I can have these. All right, so I know I'm going to have 0, 3. So 1, 2, 3, there's 1 point. Then I'm going to go over to 212, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right here. And then, now this other one is a -1, 1.5. So we're kind of taking a guess because sometimes it's hard to get that middle spot, but I think that's pretty good. Now, basically, that's our graph if I just connect those. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you, so basically, to finish this question, all I would do is I would take my pencil and draw the best graph I can, and that's where it would start. I'm not going to go all the way over here. I'm not going to go all the way over here. I'm not going to go all the way up here because they don't want that. They're saying, excuse me, they're saying, we don't want the entire function. We only want a piece of the function, and we want the piece between a -1 and a +2, right? Now, again, a lot of students struggle with that. So let me show you the easy way to do it with your calculator. So I'm going to go back to my function, and now, all you have to do is go to the control equals where the inequalities are. This vertical line, once you type that in, it means that now you can type in an interval and it will take that interval and cut the domain for you. So you don't have to think about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from a -1. I'm going to be less than x. And then it's going to be, again, less than or equal to 2. All right, so I just typed in the interval and I just used that vertical line. And when I do that, the calculator will cut it for you. So you see the other part is no longer there. The part going up is no longer there. So that's it. So this matches what I have on my iPad. That's all this interval notation means. It's basically telling you where to cut the function. They don't want this part over here. They don't want this part up here. They only want the part from a -1 to a +2. So basically, you're literally cutting the graph there and taking that slice. All right, but to do it with the calculator, all you need is go control equals, and then this vertical line right here is the magic bullet. All right, that's it, guys. That's all you have to do. Now, if you graph the entire function, you would get 1 point. But if you did this, you would get 2 points, and that's what we're after. So I am going to stop, and I'm going to post this.